Good evening and welcome to RPR GP2. It is round 19 and we are at Baku for the sprint race tonight. Let me get everything set up properly. There we go, that's running. I've got the track map up because it's from the previous race. Do all the links. Just waiting for everyone to ready up. So, run you through the drivers' standings. Johnny Stokes with a massive lead of 132 points can tie this up tonight for the fourth time running as drivers' champion if he outscores Frenzy by, where's it gone? 6 points. So only 6 points to outscore Frenzy, and Johnny Stokes will be drivers' champion. Frenzy currently in second place, James Al in third, Andreas in fourth, Hobo in fifth, Moyland in sixth. My debut, new setup, hopefully it helps. I hope so, Elder. It'll be good to see you have a good first run in RPR. Welcome back, Matty. No dive bombing into turn 3 this race, please. So where were we? Moyland in 6th, Lister in 7th, Evan in 8th, Scotty in 9th, Kyle in 10th, Mrs. Carl and Woomax tied in 11th, Zodak in 13th, Speedy in 14th, DXT Matty 22 in 15th, Hepburn 16th, Demon in 17th, Ashwin in 18th, Nevo in 19th, and an empty seat in Ferrari. In the constructors' standings, Aston Martin currently in the lead. AlphaTauri in second. They need some good performances to try and take the constructors' title. McLaren in third, Alfa Romeo in fourth, Alpine in 5th, Haas in 6th, Red Bull in 7th, Mercedes in 8th, Ferrari and Williams tied in 9th. So drivers making their way out. Let's get everything up on screen. Got a McLaren gone straight on at turn 2. Finding out the turn-in circle of the F1 cars is horrendous. Elder is our first driver out on track. So we'll stay with Elder for his first run in Wally for RPR. And fully dry race. Thank you for that info. So coming out of turn 15, heads down towards 16. Doesn't take a lot of curb on the exit of 16. It's not working. Why aren't you working? That one. We need to select that one. There we go. Got that working now. So through turn 2 for Elder. DRS open. I'll be hugging that barrier on the right hand side all the way up to turn 3. Apex nicely through 3. Another 90-degree corner through 4. 35.399, so 35.4 for Elder through sector 1. A little bit of traffic further up on the lap, but I don't think it's going to get in the way as we head towards the castle. That's not the way you want to take the castle, Elder. That's taken the front wing clean off. So it'll be into the pits. Carl's the next driver on track. So we'll drop back to Kyle. Try again. Thank you, Hobo. And on board with Kyle as he loses it round the back straight. Manages to get it turned around without catching the McLaren of Lister. A 1:16.7 for Lister through sector 2. On the run to the start finish straight now. Makes it past the wall of death. I say the wall of death. Every wall around Baku is a wall of death, but Lister opens the timing with a 1:41.3. Scotty on his way down. Tierney Matty with a 1:40.9 going to the top of the leaderboard at the moment. And Scotty unseats him from that position. A 1:41.1 from Scotty takes him into second on his first run. Johnny Stokes bailing out of that run. Speedy is on a run, coming out of 16 as the Alfa Romeo gets out of the way. Hobo's failed to make it around even turn 1, so this is going well for Hobo. Max has done a 41.6 and retired in the pit, so there's someone clouting the wall. As we lose Evan as well. I think there's a bit of a queue on the exit of turn 1. It seems we've caught a few people out. We've lost Kyle. Why is Kyle disconnected? Elder's controllers disconnected out of the pits and cause absolute chaos. Let's see if we can get Kyle back in. Hello again, T. Welcome to the RPR stream. That one, no, I don't want to start a party. I want to invite Kyle back in. The saving grace. Kyle must be back in because it won't let me invite him. Saving grace, Hobo. It's a sprint, so you can improve your starting position for the race. So Moyland goes to the top with a 1:47 or 1:40.7. Speedy with a 1:40.9. Unless he has no drive out of the corners again. I'm sure he'll have better drive out of the corners this time around. Yep, Carl's back in. So Johnny on another outlap. Zodak in the pits. Mrs. Carl 17.4 out of sector 2. Now it is flat out all the way to the start finish straight. Unless, of course, you're doing a meet, in which case you just put it in the wall on the run towards the line. So start off that one. So 41.9 for Mrs. Cole puts her into 7th. Johnny still on a outlap. This time it holds up outlap until he starts, whereas in TTFL it was coming out of outlap past all the random tyres that have been left on the track. That's not off-putting for people. We'll stay with Johnny, see what he can do. Kyle's retired from the second, so we don't have that many people, considering it's a fairly full grid, setting a time in quali. So up to turn 7, and the castle to get through for Johnny. Definite contact with the wall there. Right hand front wing damage for Johnny. That's going to hurt him a little. Whether he'll choose to stay on this run or come back in and try and go afresh. 16.9 through sector 2. Out in a minute what Johnny's planning on doing. He's got the DRS open, staying to the right. Sets a 41.2, takes him into 5th, which is a healthy banker lap. Expect to see Johnny back out for another run. Lister 15.9 through sector 2, 8 tenths up on his previous time. This will be enough to take him to the top. As we lose Decky from the second as well, and Lister does go to the top with a 140.1. Scotty 9 tenths up through sector 2, crosses the line with a 140.194. Less than a tenth off of Lister, takes Scotty into 2nd place. Johnny's still on his way back to the pits. Finishing his outlap. Demon's in the pits. This is not on a lap. Scotty is on an in lap. Moylan's on an out lap. Speedy's just starting his 2nd time run. So we'll stay with Speedy, see what he's got through sector 1. Then up to turn 3. Nicely through 3. Get the car rotated through 4. Then up to the chicane of 5 and 6. Looks a tidy lap. I missed the split time though. 7 nicely. Now through the castle. Kick of oversteer on The exit of 12, that's going to affect him on the run down towards 15. Clears the traffic without incident. Through 15, but bails at the end, keeping out of the way of the car of Full Air. Full Air makes his way to the line. Let's see what time he's got for this first run. 42.5 for Full Air, takes him into 9th. Cracking open the cold one, yes, although it's not that cold. I need to move him back in the fridge a bit. There we go, let's stick him right against the ice block at the back. Yeah, I've conveniently, in the room where I do commentary and do my racing from, I've got a beer fridge less than an arm's stretch away from me. It's actually closer than my PS5. Anyone who's watched any of my streams knows on a Friday night I have a bit of a drinking problem. Usually that I run out before the end of the RPR race. Moyland on the run to the line, a 39.8 to take provisional pole. So 3/10 up on the time set by Lister. He took over 8/10 out of his previous best time. Lister is on an out lap. Fuller's invalidated. This is Carl, 7/10 up. Put him on a 41.2. Going to be challenging Johnny Stokes. Freeman with tyres from the session in the pit. Colt choosing to bail on that lap. That's 7/10 up. That would have been a good improvement. Would have jumped her over Womack definitely. Fuller is going for another run on the same set of tyres. Going a little bit of wing damage as well. See what his split is through sector 1. Not deploying the RS though. Yeah, 2 seconds down in sector 1. Zodak in 18.0. Not deploying. If you are going for a lap now, Zodak, you needed to start deploying at the start of this run to carry as much speed down this start-finish straight as possible. 43.1 for Zodak. I get a feeling he's going to go for another run now. Moyland feeling confident, retiring in the pits on that 39.8. Lister a 10th up through sector 1, so a couple of tenths to find through sector 2 and 3. Cuts the apex of 7 nicely, cleanly through the castle. A run down a long back straight. It's not really straight because it's got 2 left-handers in it. Nicely through 15. See what his split is at. Lost a bit of time in sector 2, only 16 hundredths up, 16 thousandths up through sector 2. So can he find anything in sector 3? to the line now, keeping it to the right hand side of 39.9. He does improve, finds a tenth and a half. It still leaves him a tenth shy of that time set by Moyland. See how Scott is getting on his final run. Scotty will be hoping for a better race this time rather than TTFL. So 3 tenths down as we go through sector 1. So quite a bit of work to do. Needs to find 6 tenths between sector 2 and 3 to knock Moyland off that top spot. So 3.5 tenths off. 2 tenths up, and I fucked it. Oh, Matty. That's unfortunate. So Scotty coming to the end of sector 2 is half a second down now. Unless he had an absolute mare in sector 3 last time around. I don't think we're going to see an improvement from Scotty. And it is into the pits for Scotty. I'm going to stay with Scotty this time, see if he can get into the pits cleanly. And he does keep it to the left, doesn't decide to try and take out the personnel of the other teams this time. So, Connie Stokes in the pit, so he won't be improving. Listers down, so I think that is everyone done for quali. I dread to think what the Discord looks like. The Discord's quiet at the minute. So, the end of qualifying, Moyland takes the pole, Lister in second, Scotty in third, Speedy will start the sprint in fourth, Zodak in fifth, Matty in sixth, Connie Stokes in seventh, Womack in eighth, Mrs. Carl in ninth, Fuller in 10th, Decky in 11th, Max in 12th, Hobo in 13th, Carl in 14th, Demon in 15th, Evan in 16th, Full Track Current, that's Elder, in 17th, and Frenzy in 18th. So 9-lap sprint, which will set the starting order for the main race. Expecting to see Connie work his way up the grid a little to get in a better place for the main race. With points are available for the top 8 in the sprint. Saying that, with the new format for the sprint in real life, I'm wondering how that's going to alter things with the new game. Beta weekend, so try and get those who've got access on to test a couple of races out, see how, if they've made any changes to the sprint format. So, tyre detail. Everyone bar Max going for the mediums. Max going for the softs in the sprint. I think he'll struggle with that. It's going to be difficult to get the softs to do 9 laps. Hopefully everyone remembers that if you do have to pit during the sprint and go for a medium set of tyres, that is the mediums you use in the feature race. So you'll be better off going on to softs if you've got a pit during the sprint. Still safety cars come into play. Near full grid. And Baku, a track with limited traction at the best of times, especially with the setups. Everyone runs to have that straight line speed and low downforce setup. Just for that all important final straight. Does make the rest of the track like driving on slicks in the wet. Oh, I can't join that chat and just play that noise. No, I can't. There's a sound clip I wanted to play, but I can't unless I'm in audio channel. If I hit that one, this one.
You fucking numpty!
Yeah, I get a feeling in the voice chat tonight you might hear a lot of that. So everyone lining up. Oh, Lister not parking, Fuller, Decky not parking properly. Demon not getting it in the spot, but here we go for the sprint. 5 lights. It's lights out. We can hear them going, but we can't see them. Well, sounds of it, they're down at turn 2 already, but there we go. We have got drivers underway. Moylan getting a good start, covering off Lister nicely. Decky already out. Penalties galore coming through. We've got safety car. We are under safety car. We've not even made it through sector 1 and the safety car's trying to catch up with the pack. I think it's forgotten it's supposed to wait for the leaders. So Hobo, Fuller and Frenzy all picking up penalties. Please don't break. Please don't break. So Decky, terminal damage. Hobo, warning for collision. Max, warning for collision. Hobo, collision with Elder. Fuller, collision with Max. Frenzy, collision with Max. Not sure what actually happened further back on the start. I'm guessing Decky's DNF caused a lot of issues for drivers. Elder with no front wing. Max looks to have lost it through the castle, so Max will be taking no further part in the sprint. Who's running damage? So Frenzy's picked up wing damage from the contact. Evan doesn't share his telemetry. Fuller doesn't share telemetry. Hobo's got floor damage and wing damage, so that's going to make his car really horrible to drive. We are under safety car, so we can get in and get that front wing changed, but they're not going to be able to do anything about fixing that floor damage. Elder's got no front wing. Demon doesn't share. Carl's alright. Johnny's lost a couple of places off the start. He's down in 9th place. No damage for Johnny though. Womax doesn't share data. DXT Dave doesn't share data. No, you don't. Hobo's the one to ask about what settings to change this. It's not many. I think it's just one in the telemetry settings to say it's public. But it's not the end of the world. Carl's okay, so that's okay. Speedy's turned his telemetry off because he thinks that's why his connection moves dog shit. Scotty's got no damage at the moment. Oh, that sounds harsh saying Scotty's got no damage at the moment. Scotty's running without damage. Lister doesn't share. And Moreland's no damage. Now it's on. That was quick, Matty. It's one of the fastest changes I've seen someone do to their telemetry settings. That's spot on. Gonna have at least another lap of safety car. Hoping next week things will run restricted to public. Wicked. I'm hoping next week to have some slightly different overlays in play for my commentary streams. So, of course, being if I can get SPC to work. For some reason it starts up, no beeping to say anything's wrong, but I've got no display. Which is pretty important. But I've got the weekend to try and get it figured out. So Mrs. Cole's gained 3 places off the start. May's lost 1 place. Ronnie Soak's lost a couple of places. Carl, Demon, Evan and Elder have gained 4. Fuller's lost 4. Hobo's lost 2. Frenzy's gained 2. And we've lost Max and Decky. Decky right at the start and Max somehow under safety car. Pack is all back together. Will we see safety car in at the end of this lap? And we will. So now the all-important task of backing everyone up, let the safety car go, peel off into the pits and then get the launch right so you don't give the tow to those behind. Going to put the view on Lister to see if we can spot where Moylan goes and if he can catch Lister out. Hopefully the view stays at a point where we can see Lister really trying to stick right on the back of Moylan as we head down towards the restart point. And Moylan has gone. He's caught Lister a little. So Mrs. Cole trying to find her way past her teammate as we head down towards turn 1. Everything looking clean. Johnny gaining on Womax and Matty up into 7th. Womax battling with Kyle on the exit, trying to hold on to 9th place. Kyle and Evan side by side as we head up towards turn 3. Can they get it stopped? Kyle losing out a couple of places as someone's gone straight on at the run-up. That's Elder. Kept it out the wall though. Got the car going again. I think he just outbraked himself. So Moyland holding on to the lead. Lister in 2nd. Scotty and Speedy following closely behind in the Alpines. Then you've got Mrs. Cole and Zodak in the Hasses. Zodak going to be under a bit of pressure when they get onto the start-finish straight from Johnny. Johnny trying to gain as many places as possible in this sprint. Over halfway through the sprint now. Yellow flag at the exit of 16. It's Hobo and Flair having contact. Oh, we've got another safety car. Lister into the pits. Womax into the pits as well. Demon into the pits. Flair into the pits. Elder into the pits. I don't know, Hobo. I didn't see what happened. If my PC worked, brand new in the box, if it worked, if I had a display, I'd be running it on that, so it'd be able to run the driver's stream, so I could do what you did Monday and clip the incidents. But at the minute it's not working. But that is my plan, to be able to pick up the driver's stream, clip incidents around when they happen, and try and pull them into the comm stream. One day we might get there. Mostly next season in the new game. That's more than likely only going to be in TTFL, because I'm planning to race GP2 again next season, because I miss racing on a Friday. I love doing the commentary, and I'll stick doing commentary for TTFL, but I miss the fun of racing, because I only race one night a week on RPR, and that's on Monday in the no assist. And this season's been horrendous for me. Last season I was in the points most races, having some decent performances, and the same game, but this season it's just all gone to pot. Hopefully everyone can get caught up to the safety car and we can get back underway. Otherwise Bert Marlander's going to take the driver of the day. Moyland still holding on to the lead. Scotty up into second. Speedy in third. Mrs. Carl up into fourth. Zodak holding on to fifth place. Johnny up into sixth. DXT Dave's dropped down one place, currently sitting in seventh. Evan up into eighth place. Carl up into ninth. Lister's dropped down into 10th. That stop under the safety car. Is on the soft tyre. Looks like we're going to be under safety car until the next lap. He's going to have the fresher tyre, but he's got a lot of work to do to get back to where he was. Don't know if he'd picked up any damage and decided to get a new wing under the safety car, try and minimise the losses. Frenzy currently in 12th, Elder in 13th, up 4 places on his qualifying as Womack's into the pits for another set of softs, so he should be able to catch back up to the pit pack. Okay, so please kick out. Sorry KK, but this is a league race that's underway. So I won't be accepting drivers I don't know into it now. Yeah, Womack's is pretty much on the back of the pack, so by the time they've gone through Castle, he will be right with them. So it will be safety car in at the end of this lap. Everyone from 10th back has stopped. They're all on the soft tyre. They'll have a tyre advantage, but I don't know if they'll be able to maximise it in the 2 laps that they're going to have remaining. There'll be no DRS. As the safety car passes the timing line. So Moyland will back everyone up for the restart again. Scotty behind, who, well, according to the telemetry, he needs to get some heat in those tyres because they're down at the 70s. As Moyland has gone, he's caught Scotty out a little there. We head down towards turn 1. I'm going to flick back and see the battles further back. Conley Soaks making the move, getting up into 5th. That's Evan round on the exit of 1. That's dropped Evan all the way to the back of the grid. Lister has managed to capitalise with those off tyres, getting the move done on Kyle. So Lister up into 8th. So the final points place for the sprint. Moyland's disappearing out in front, opened up over a second on Scotty. Scotty with his teammate just behind. So even gap between Scotty and Speedy and Mrs. Cole. Mrs. Cole up into 4th. Johnny's up into 5th. Johnny attacking as much as possible. Lister still holding on to 8th place, trying to close in to Matty. We head down towards turn 15. Matty will be getting a nice toe off of Zodak in front. Let's see if we can see anything in the back of this shot. Johnny closing up on Mrs. Cole, goes to the inside around the final right-hander onto the back straight. Gets the move done, so Johnny up into 4th. Lister getting past Matty. Matty into the wall though. Spins him to the inside. Which means he doesn't pick anyone else up. Not sure what happened there to Matty. Scott is closed up on Moyland, is under a second back from Moyland as they head up towards chicane. This just came across me. I had a wall next to me. I think at times people forget how close the walls are, but if it needs to be reported, incident channels there. We like hard racing, but we much prefer clean racing. So Moyland's opened that gap. So Moyland short of a Red Bull tyre fail, which I can't see happening with that tyre wear. Moyland takes the win on the sprint. Scotty will pick up 2nd place. Speedy will take the final podium position. Johnny picks up 4th. Mrs. Cole picks up 5th. Zodak in 6th. Great result there for the Haas duo. Lister takes 7th. And I didn't see who picked up 8th. Frenzy picks the driver of the day up for the sprint. And that's a typical Frenzy trait. Let's turn that off, capture the proper sprint result. So Moyland takes a win. Scotty in 2nd. Speedy picks up the final podium in 3rd. Johnny in 4th. Mrs. Carl in 5th. Zodak in 6th. Lister in 7th. Frenzy takes the final points position in 8th. Johnny's 5. Oh, not enough, Johnny. Carl gets 9th. Elder 10th, Demon 11th, Fuller 12th, Womack 13th, Evan 14th, Matty 15th, Hobo 16th, Max 16th, Decky 18th. So Johnny outscored Frenzy by 4 points. So Johnny needs to outscore Frenzy by 2 points in the main race to take the Drivers' Championship. So Frenzy finishes in front of Johnny tonight. The championship rolls over if Johnny finishes in front of Frenzy in the feature. As long as he's over 2 points clear, Johnny will be a 4-time drivers' champion in GP2. tyres. Let's see what everyone's gone for. So Moylan, Scotty, Speedy, Johnny all going for the medium. Mrs. Cole going for the hard. Zodak on the medium. Lister going soft for the start. Guessing, hoping for an early safety car. Likelihood of which is probably pretty high. Frenzy on the medium, Carl on the hard, Elder on the medium, Demon on the hard, Fuller on the medium, Wumax and Evan on the hard, Matty on the soft, Hobo, Max and Decky on the mediums. So a couple of drivers going aggressive. Gain some positions, early safety car, it could pay off. And we could also see everyone have a very clean race, or a very clean first 6 or 7 laps, and no safety car. I'll say could, I'm not putting money on it. Baku, it's like a safety car magnet. Red flags in the next game. Yeah. Could be a lot of 3-lap sprints in between the red flags. So Speedy and Frenzy not managing to park this time around. Just waiting for the final couple of cars to line up. A Hobo not parking this side. 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. Held for a long time. And now we get going. Johnny up the inside of Speedy into turn 1. That's going to give him a good run into turn 2. Comes out just ahead, but Speedy with a better drive on the exit manages to hold on to 3rd place. They're still side by side as we head down towards turn 3. Johnny having a spin, pulls the car back to keep out of the way of everyone else, so gets it recovered. That drops Johnny all the way down into 18th, and we've got Decky in the barrier on the exit of 4. Rejoins the track, causing Johnny to have to come to a complete stop. So that spin's gone from bad to worse for Johnny. He's dropped even further off of the pack. Moylan's opened up a 2.5 second lead over Scotty in 2nd. Speedy holding on to the back of Scotty. Seen Speedy showing some good turn of pace of late. I wonder if he's using those cheats that apparently are available for PlayStation. If he is, I wish he'd bloody share them because I'm useless on this game. Zodak in 4th, Lister up into 5th after the size, but position change on, why is that one put on? That one. So Zodak and Lister have both gained 2 places. Carl and Elder up 3 places. Mrs. Cole's not had the greatest of starts, dropped 3 places on the start, but is right with Elder and Kyle. Hobo having a great start to this race, up 7 places into 9th at the moment. Demon up 1. Battling with Wumax as Wumax takes the same spin that Johnny took. Not quite as bad, manages to nearly keep it pointing in the same way. We've lost Decky. Well, I think that was a retirement in the pits from Decky. It does look like they've fixed the cars coming back out onto track. Something that had been begged for by users for several games. So Moyland holds that gap to Scotty at 2.5 seconds. Scotty's managed to break out of the DRS of Speedy. So Speedy won't have the DRS assistance to close into his teammate. Zodak's opened up a nice gap back to Lister. Lister using those soft tyres in the opening couple of laps to jump up the field. Elder up on Kyle, so Elder up into 6, getting moved on Kyle with the slipstream. Gets it through turn 1 without incident. Evan and Matty battling it out through turn 1. Matty losing out and loses out to Demon as well. Demon taking advantage of Matty running deep. Tommy up into 14th after dropping to the back of the grid earlier on. Still quite a bit of work to do for Johnny, although he is ahead of Frenzy. Neither of them scoring points at the moment, so Drivers' Championship as it stands, I know we're only 3 laps into the race, but as it stands, carries on to the next race, which is Miami. And no, before anyone asks, I will not be doing a driver intro the same way they did driver intros this time around at Miami, because that was horrendous. Scotty's managed to close the gap down to Moyland. He's taken a second out of Moyland in the last lap. Opened the gap back to Speedy, so he's gained a second over Speedy nearly. Now Scotty's got those tyres up to temperature. He looks to have got into his groove. Speedy with a bit of oversteer on the exit of 1, kept it out the wall, costing a bit of time to Scotty. Zodak wasn't close enough to take advantage. Elder in 5th now, followed by Cole and Mrs. Cole. Hobo up into 8th. Evan climbing up into 9th place. Matty still going strong on those soft tyres, but is carrying a bit of wing damage. That's going to hurt him through the middle sector of the track. Stay with Matty and see if Demon can find a way past. Max a couple of seconds back under pressure from Johnny, who's now up into 13th. We wanting to try and get past clear Max as quick as possible. He doesn't lose too much time over the guys in front. Through turn 15, Johnny is within 3/10 of Max in front. Evan right on the back of Hobo, goes down the inside of the right-hander as we head on to the start-finish straight. Evan is in front, no DRS at the moment because of that safety car, and Hobo into the pit. Oh, Hobo needs a wing. It's like Monday night all over again. AlphaTauri needing wings. So Hobo out in 16th, drops him down to 17th, comes out behind Full Air. What's happened to Scotty? Scotty's dropped down into 4th, he's lost out to Speedy and Zodak. Not what happened to Scotty there, but Speedy is up into 2nd, Zodak running in 3rd. Speedy with a lot of work to do to close that 7-second gap to Moyland in 1st. Cole is in the DRS of Elder as we come through 18 and 19, past one of the many walls of death. Cole with the DRS, can he close up to make a move into turn 1? I don't think he's going to be close enough. Not that time around. Elder looks a great straight line speed down that straight. Carl only taking a couple of tenths, but poor exit out of turn 1. Cossins has lost the DRS this time. He won't have DRS on the run up to turn 3. That gives Elder a bit of breathing space, as Scotty has closed in to the back of Zodak. Both on the same tyre. Zodak with a lot heavier wear. This 6% on the front, 5% on the rear heavier. Ooh, that's not bad. Made it to 20 to 12 before the first yawn of the night. It's nothing to do with the racing, that is just me being tired. Scotty right on the back of Zodak as they come down to turn 16. Who's going to get the better drive out of 16? Scotty looks to have the drive, trying to find a way past even before the DRS comes into effect. Side by side with Zodak, DRS open, and Scotty is in front, but we have got another safety car. Oh, Scotty got that move done at the absolute best time. Elder into the pits for the hards, taking advantage of that safety car. Kyle, Evan, Matty, Demon, Johnny Stokes all into the pits. Rumac saying out. Lister has already pitted onto the hard tyre. So Lister now sits in 9th place. So take that away, go for Elder running in 6th has stopped. Kyle has stopped. Rumac stayed out. This has already stopped once onto the hards before the safety car. Frenzy stopped. Full Air stopped. Demon, Hobo, Johnny Stokes, Matty, Evan and Max have all stopped. Front 5 are yet to stop. Rumax on the hard, so yeah, too early to stop from the hard. Moyland opting to come in from the mediums. Speedy coming in. Will Scotty stay out? Scotty coming in. Have they timed that right? for the perfect double stack. Mrs. Cole stays out and will take the lead. No, she won't. Moyland manages to get out in front of Mrs. Cole. So great stop from Moyland. Holds on to the lead under the safety car. Scotty losing out to Zodak. Double stack on the Alpines. Not working for Scotty. He also loses out to Elder, who's managed to make the jump, coming in immediately when the safety car was called. That's where position on track comes into play. So a good call by Elder, takes him up into 4th. Kyle currently sits in 7th, Rumax in 8th, yet to stop on those hard. Talissa has stopped, currently running in 9th. Frenzy in 10th and will be scoring a point as it stands. Johnny Stokes, our other, well, the leader in the drivers' standings, currently down in 14th, so not scoring in the feature race at the moment. Does mean the driver's title would run on to next week. I'm not looking forward to trying to do quick maths at the end of this. I know Moyland's telemetry is set to 1, so I don't know why it's not showing me his telemetry. This is Carl running in 2nd. He's carrying a bit of wing damage on the front right. Speed is totally full. Oh, I've started something now. That one yawn has caused multiple now. Elder's sitting in 4th. Zodak in 5th. Scotty in 6th. Trying to push Zodak along. Encourage Zodak to pick the pace up a bit. Demon's gone on to the soft, so it's going to give him the advantage on the restart in terms of traction. Out with these 90-degree corners. He is going to end up having to pit again within probably the next 6 laps. Rumax has left the session, so let's re-invite Rumax. He's completely gone offline. Resend an invite to Rumax. Hopefully he can get back in before we get underway. Everyone is on the back of the pack. Will we see safety car in this lap, or will it go for a 3rd lap? It's not, it is in this lap, so another restart for Moyland, this time with Mrs. Cole just behind. That's Mrs. Cole's telemetry. Oh, we have got telemetry for Moyland now. He managed to just preserve those tyres, so they were showing 0% when I first clicked on. And Moyland has gone early. It's caught Mrs. Cole napping a little, giving Moyland the opportunity to open that gap to nearly 8/10 as they head down towards turn 1. Lister getting past Womack. I'm not seeing to say Womack is really joined, so Womack may be running NAI. That's going to put him under pressure from those behind. Johnny Stokes making the move up into 13th, gets ahead of Hobo. Hobo holding on in the slipstream. Is he going to go for a move down into turn 4? Oh, it's better of it, and that was turn 3, not turn 4. But has a look down into turn 4 as Tierney, Matty and Evan have a coming together out of turn 3. It's cost Matty a front wing. And Evan quite a bit of time as well. Moyland's built the gap to Mrs. Cole over 2 seconds already, under half a lap. Speedy on the back of Mrs. Cole. Can he find a way past? Johnny Stokes up into 12th. Elder just on this battle for 2nd place. Zodak just behind. No DRS, which had another safety car. Can Speedy find a way past Mrs. Cole using the slipstream? We head down towards the start-finish straight. Speedy not close enough to make a move this time around. Can he get a better drive out of turn 1 up towards 2? Does close the gap down a little, but not enough to make a move. Mrs. Cole, great traction on the exit. On the harder or the older tyre. Able to get that power down a little bit cleaner than Speedy, although Speedy is closer as they go through 5. Able to make a move. Matty and Evan both into the pits. Matty going for the soft tyre. Speedy right on the diffuser. What happened to Speedy there? Speedy just running very deep on the exit of the castle. That's cost him 3-4 places. That's dropped him down into 6 behind Scotty. So Elder and Zodak and Scotty getting a free position there. We've got a yellow flag in sector 3. That was Lister. Gets the car going again. Doesn't look to have any damage, but that's dropped him down into 13th. Scotty making the move on Zodak down the start-finish straight. Zodak looking to challenge into turn 1. Scotty has it covered off. So Scotty up into 4th. Elder right on the back of Mrs. Cole. Mrs. Cole forming a bit of a cork in the bottle for those behind, but Moyland will be loving allowing him to build almost a 5-second advantage over Mrs. Cole at the moment. I think that wing damage is hurting Mrs. Cole. Elder carrying a bit of wing damage as well on the front left. Johnny's managed to clear Demon, so up into 10th place. Back into the points positions as we go through the castle. Can Johnny find a way past Valaire before the DRS straight? Right on the back of Fuller. He's going to have the benefit of the slipstream as they run out of 16. Fuller going very wide on the exit. That's going to affect his straight line speed all the way down this straight. Johnny closing, goes for the right hand side as they head towards the start finish straight. Fuller into the pits, so that releases Johnny up into 9th. Hobo will take 10th, Lister in 11th, battling with Demon. Fuller getting a new wing and a new set of tyres. Brings him out into 15th. He'll comfortably be out before Matty catches up. Matty with the fastest lap though, a 1:42.8. Scotty and Elder getting past Mrs. Cole as they now go in pursuit of Moylan, trying to close that gap back down. Moylan sitting on nearly a 7-second advantage. We've got someone round on the exit of 7. Don't know what happened there. That was Hobo round on the exit of 7, but we are back under safety car. Safety car number 3. So there can't be that many more left. Halfway through, Elder into the pits, Mrs. Carl into the pits, Speedy into the pits. No one else in at the moment. Frenzy's into the pits. So whilst we are on the safety car, I'm just going to take a moment to go and let the dog out because I can hear him barking. Right, dog sorted, I'm back. Still under safety car, which is handy because I've not missed anything. So Moyland still holds on to the lead. Scotty running in second, Zodak in third, Carl in fourth, Thorny Soaks up into fifth, Lister in sixth, Max in seventh, Rumax in eighth, Frenzy in ninth. So as things stand, Thorny would be the drivers' champion. I think in the TTFL commentary, if you heard me congratulating a driver there, it was my cock up because I did the maths wrong, and I think I'd got the RPR maths in my head, not the TTFL. So apologies to Thornicus for saying you'd got the drivers' championship tied up. It's not yet, but I'm fairly sure you'll have it within the next race or two. I would like to say it's just me doing a Murray Walker, but I'm not that skillful at commentary to even put my name near Murray's. So safety car in this lap. Moyland for safety car restart number 7 tonight. I don't know, I've lost count. This time he's got Scotty behind again. Scotty will be hoping not to get caught out like last time. And leaving it late. Still weaving. Bunching the pack right up, leaving it really late to launch. And goes, doesn't catch Scotty out too much. Zodak looking to be aggressive on the restart, may find himself contact there with the back of Scotty. Scotty getting away with it. Zodak keeps it out of the barrier for the most part, but does lose out and drops all the way to the back of the grid. It's given Moyland a chance to open that gap out in front. Johnny Stokes up into third place and putting pressure on Scotty already. Kyle in fourth, Lister up into fifth, Mrs. Cole sitting in sixth, Max running in seventh, Hobo in eighth, Elder up to ninth, Fuller and Matty battling at towards the back of the grid. Matty going up the right hand side of Rumax there, takes Matty up into 12th. Battles Max and Mrs. Cole as they head towards 15. Hobo and Mrs. Cole coming into contact. Hobo losing his front wing, and he already lost it. I think that was in the contact with Mrs. Cole as they headed towards 15. So Hobo loses out to Elder. Elder up into 8th. Elder with no front wing as well. Another safety car. Moyland opting to pit under this one, going for the medium. Contact there, I think, between Fuller and Speedy. So Scotty inherits the lead. Johnny Stokes into second, Carl third, Max fourth, Mrs. Cole fifth, Demon sixth, Moyland after the stop out into 7th and gone for the soft tyre. That's interesting. Gone for a new set of softs. Well, the rate the safety cars are coming out, I don't necessarily blame him. Well, I wouldn't be surprised if that was a slight mistake. 7 laps on the softs is going to be quite a lot to ask. As Fuller has misjudged the braking into 4 and retired. So that's Fuller out in the runoff of turn 4. So Connie running in 2nd, Frenzy down in last place. Still holds for the driver's title. .48. Really could have written down maths on how things would work. It's going to be too awkward to try and figure out now. Aston will, as it stands, be outscoring AlphaTauri quite a bit at the moment. The help in that battle for the constructors. That is the biggest difference between real F1 and F1 League racing. Constructors is important, but ultimately all anyone cares about is the Drivers' Championship. Well, in that case they're both the same way, but in real life, Constructors is where the prize money is. And in league racing, there is no prize money. So it's all about personal glory. We have tweaked the calendar for GP2, so the final race of the GP2 season will be on the 16th of June, which is the day the new game launches. I want to give this game a rest, a couple of weeks break, sort team pairings out and everything, and then get started on the new game as soon as possible. But safety car in this lap, so Scotty gets his first chance at a restart in this race. Or leading the restart, it's about the 5th restart under safety car. Will he be able to catch out his GP1 teammate? As Scotty has gone early, caught Connie out a little. Now Scotty a bit of a gap. Connie coming under a little bit of pressure from Carl behind as we head down through turn 1. Everyone making it through okay at the moment. This had a little kick of oversteer, but has kept it together as we head up towards turn 3. Lister right on the back of Zodak, going down the inside to turn 3. Gets the move done late on the brakes. Zodak looking for the cutback but can't get it covered off. Elder trying to find a way through as well as we head up towards 5 and 6. Snap of oversteer on the exit of 5 for Elder. He's going to compromise his run up towards turn 7. Manages to hold in front of Hobo. Matty up into 13th. Very close to the wall on the outside of the castle. Womack's getting a better drive on exit, and then that was, I don't know who that was, with contact behind. Frenzy losing his front wing. That means they'll be into the pits at the end of this lap. Matty with a little bit of front wing damage. Speedy, no idea. Rumax, no idea. We've got a yellow flat. Hobo's done a me. Hobo has done a me, and I'm going to jump into the comms box. So if Hobo does decide he wants to commentate on the final couple of lap sprint, he is more than welcome to jump into the comms box and join me. Although I have a feeling he may just be turning the PlayStation off and saying fuck this game tonight. Will we see anyone from this front pack coming into the pits though? I think everyone's too close together to risk it, but this is going to help those who pitted under the previous safety car onto the softs. Going to give them an opportunity to capitalise. Scotty's front looking fair. No, a lap difference between Scotty and Johnny's tyres, and there's 6% difference in wear. I'm not looking too bad on the front. What rear's looking a bit under pressure. Max looking okay for tyre wear. Mrs. Cole's medium's looking very healthy for the medium. Moylan's managed to look after those softs. It's going to give Moyland a good chance at gaining some more places on the restart. Lister and Rumax up there, Speedy's up there, Frenzy's into the pits for that front wing. No Day One Demon. Elder has pitted under the safety car. Zodak, Evan, Matty looked to have all pitted. The safety car came out. So if you are at the back of the pack, then it was worth pitting early and being right on the back of the pack when we go for the restart. With all your sound clipping bits, Hobo, I posted in tier 1 my sprint from Monday, my DNF. So if you want to sound clip that, the squeal I made is almost as bad as Curly's. I didn't say anything earlier because I didn't want anyone clipping it, but I thought fuck it, why not? But yes, this track's horrendous. The traction is just non-existent. So we've got a couple of cars to catch up to the back. So Frenzy's running with rear wing damage. That's yeah, that's going to make the car a handful. Moyland needs to clear Mrs. Carl as quickly as possible on the restart. The softs aren't looking massively worn, but they are going to start to drop off fairly quickly when we get back up to racing speed. Mrs. Carl's mediums look fairly healthy, and then everyone at the front, the top four are all on 14, 15 lap old tyres. Considering Carl's running the mediums, his fronts look good, but his rears are really heavily worn. There's well, nearly a 20% difference across front and rear axle. That's excessive. Most are running a 10% offset front to rear. %, quite a substantial difference between front and rear. That's going to affect him on track and out the corners. It's going to cause the car to want to oversteer more on entry as well. Could be safety car in this lap. And there we are. Getting good at calling safety cars. So Scotty with his second safety car restart. Can he catch Johnny out again and leave Johnny under pressure from Kyle? Can Scotty take his second win of the season? No, Johnny will want to cement that Drivers' Championship with a win. How aggressive does he want to be as Lister? What's happened there? We've got chaos at the back. We've lost Evan. Speedy's got caught up in there. Elder has dropped down, so I think Elder got caught up in that as well. We've lost Evan. Speedy with no front wing, so Speedy will be into the pits. Moyland has got past Mrs. Cole and up into fourth place. He's cleared Max as well. Lister still stuck behind Mrs. Cole. Scotty's not completely dropped Johnny at the moment. Max and Mrs. Cole going for a bout into the castle. Mrs. Cole coming off worse there. She ran a bit deep and picked up the Leclerc barrier. Kept all the wheels on though, but gets recovered and currently sits in 13th. Moyland's managed to clear Kyle, so Moyland up into the podium places, but with a fair chunk of work to do to try and take any more of the podium. Johnny holding on to Scotty. Scotty holding on well to the lead as they start lap 24. Scotty carrying a bit of front wing damage, so that's going to slow him down. Might put him under pressure from Moylan, but Moylan's got quite a bit of work to do. As I say that, he takes 2/10 on the exit of turn 2. So try and keep an eye on that battle. Lister running in a comfortable 5th place. He's got the tyre advantage over Max behind and Kyle in front. Demon and Zodak though with the fresher tyre. Speedy out in the pits. Zodak with no front wing, so Zodak will need to pit at the end of this lap. Matty up into 9th place as we come through Castle. I'm expecting to see him get past Zodak, but that kick of oversteer on the exit going to hamper him down the back. Head through 15. He's got within a couple of tenths of Scotty, but Moylan straight on the back as well, so Moylan's closed up. DRS enabled this lap, so we're going to have 2 laps with DRS. Can Scotty hold on to the 2nd win of the season? Or can Johnny upset his PP1 teammate and steal the win off him? Moylan trying to find a way through. He wants to make up for running half of France last week with a broken wing that ultimately cost him the win. That was before he decided to try and nail Scotty out of the final corner. Nope, that won't work. Moylan decided to extend his rear wing damage from last week and take a wheel off this time. So Moylan out. Too late for a safety car now. Too late for a VSC. Scotty's only really got Johnny to worry about as we head down to turn 15. Johnny with a big kick of oversteer on the exit of 15. That's going to hurt him on the run to 16. He does manage to close the gap back up. Can he find anything on the run to turn 1? He's got 2 more straights with DRS after this one. Scotty breaking the slipstream, opening the gap up. He took 3/10 out of Johnny on the DRS straight. It's Demon and Max up to turn 2. Elder trying to find his way past Demon as well. Matty's retired in the pits. We lost Matty as well. We're down to 11 drivers as we have chaos around turn 4. Demon getting it sideways. Elder didn't really have anywhere to go. I think Elder may have got tagged by Frenzy. Frenzy now with no front wing and a red rear wing as well. Thankfully this is the final lap, but I think we need to go back to this battle at the front. Johnny right on the back of Scotty as we head down towards the start finish line for the final time, and we've lost Zodak as well. I wonder if Ericsson hit Zodak. If you've watched F1 for quite a while, you'll understand that reference. Scotty manages to hold on to the line. Oh, 600ths in it at the line. Scotty takes his second win of the season. Johnny Stokes takes second and will be the Drivers' Champion for the 4th time in a row. Great effort by Johnny. We need to find something to stop Johnny, because 4 in a row, that's mental. And going back prior to Johnny taking that, well, domination, sort of, he could be in Red Bull, not Aston. But Crookie was the previous Drivers' Champion. Crookie, who is GP1 driver now under GGC. But Scotty takes his second win. So congratulations to Scotty. It's a shame it's taken you till the end of the season to find your pace. But glad to see you there. It's done that off. Scotty takes a win. Johnny takes second. Oh, wrong button. Wrong button. I've just lost all the... Fuck you, game. Anyone who's watching and is streaming, please scroll through the results, because I've just lost them all. I've got the top 14. I suppose I can work the rest out, but yep. Scotty takes a win. Johnny in second. I can't tell you who third because I can't remember. Thank you everyone who has stuck around for 3 races around Baku. There've been a lot of safety cars tonight, but I will be back on Monday. I'll possibly be back tomorrow for Silverstone in the F2 SL, but if not, check out Nevo Gaming for the commentary stream, or Hobo and Moyland will both be streaming their driver POV. I mean, I hope to be streaming. If I can get that PC working, then I'll be using that as well. Thank you, T. Thank you everyone who's been in the chat. That's Hobo, Matty, Elder. Actually, I think that's it. I think there's only the 4 or 5 of you this week. Everyone else too busy on the concentrating on the driving. I'll say I'll be hopefully be back tomorrow for the Saturday F2 League. If not Monday, I'll be back with the driver POV round Miami, so you might get to see 3 laps before I put it in one of the walls there. And then I'm back Friday for TTFL Tier 1. They're at China for a sprint, and it'll be GP2 afterwards for Miami. Thank you everyone for watching, and I'll catch you next week.